this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Relax and let it go. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good, that's for sure. You don't have to roam upstream no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Relax and let it go. All right, hey, yeah. All right, Adam, yeah. The sun's gonna shine, the river's gonna flow, tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up to see if it's growing. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Relax and just let go. Get out of the way. Release and let it go. Get out of the way. Relax and let it go.
Good morning, and what a great morning it is. Welcome. We are Unity of Tucson, a spiritual community celebrating love. We are here to love, express love, and to let love in our lives. Our vision here at Unity of Tucson is a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. Please enjoy some of the faces of our dynamic congregation while Linda and our band play our opening song.
My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. My mind is filled with knowing. My mind believes I am awake. I am awake. Want to know where your freedom lies? You can't go back and close your eyes. The truth it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes I am awake. lies. You can't go back and close your eyes. Truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light.
Good morning and welcome once again. I'm Karen Ives, president of the board here at Unity. For some of you, you might be asking, where is Reverend Jonathan Zenz? I want to dispel any concerns. Jonathan is well. There was a possible exposure here at the church this past week. Jonathan's test has returned negative, and as we know, will the next test. It is out of love. We are taking the precautions and recommendations to keep everyone safe. We expect the church to open again on Wednesday, but if you are coming to our bookstore, please call ahead and make sure that it is staffed. So maybe not what you were expecting this morning, but I assure you, we have a fabulous guest speaker and a fabulous guest singer this morning, and you do not want to miss hearing them. So, if you are joining us for the first time today, please, we welcome you, and we ask that you just click on the link to let us know that you are here for the first time, and fill out that Connect card with us. We would appreciate that. Unity of Tucson is a spiritual community here to teach practical tools for a better life. There is one power, one presence, from which all expression flows forth. Let's read together the words of our mission statement. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. Our nature is divine. There is nothing that is not God, nothing that is not divine. The tenets of this vision and mission can be expressed through three concepts: love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. You are magnificent. We are grateful you are letting your magnificence shine with us today. Let us all awaken to our own magnificence. I invite you to reach out by using the chat function and take a moment to acknowledge the community, our family, watching with you today. I also want to thank those helping make the virtual service successful today. We couldn't do this without each and every one of you here. I would like to take the time now to prepare for our quieting, so become comfortable where you are. Take some deep breaths. And allow yourself to relax. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Take another couple more deep breaths. And let's begin to focus on this month's affirmation. I am rooted in, flowing and growing in a life of purpose. I am rooted in, flowing and growing in a life of purpose. I am rooted in, flowing and growing in a life of purpose. We know God's energy flows in and through all of life. As you take a deep breath again, visualize and feel God's energy within. Then silently right where I am, God is. Feel the peace of God within, permeating every cell of your mind, your soul, and body. Then silently affirm, peace is mine now. Peace is mine now. Hear the song of joy in your heart and allow this joy to spread into your thinking, into your feeling, and into your actions. Visualize joy in everything and everyone. Then silently affirm, joy is mine now. Joy is mine now. The storehouse of the heavens now pours forth its abundant riches. Rely upon the law of good. Know your word shall not return unto you void. Affirm, God is my unfailing supply. God is my unfailing supply. Love is God in manifestation, the strongest magnetic force in the universe. Pure, unselfish love draws to itself its own. Affirm, I follow the path of love. God is love, and God is my supply. I follow the path of love. God is love, and God is my supply. We are the children of God, made in his likeness, that of health. Our bodies respond to the infinite intelligence within. Perfect health is mine now. I affirm perfect health is mine now. Believe and feel with dauntless faith that the power of source energy guides us in every step of our journeys. Affirm right where I am, God is, peace is, joy is, abundance is, love is, health is. Right where I am, God is. Take a breath. Let us now hold these same blessings for everyone in the world. Hold that blessing in consciousness. Feel that same energy. Visualize it touching others, for no walls, no distance can stop God's source energy. We give thanks. All is in divine order. We are grateful. It is so. Amen.
Choice to sit it out or dance. I hope you dance.
Thank you, Janae. That was beautiful. I will introduce Janae formally in just a moment, but I'd like to draw your attention to our peace candle. The peace candle remains consistently illuminated with this understanding. The consistent illumination is the reflection of a consistent illumination of peace within our hearts. As we allow that inner peace to shine forth in our thoughts, deeds, and actions, we create a more peaceful world for ourselves and for others. Let's honor this candle by reading the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. I now have the honor to introduce our guest singer, Janae Page. Janae is a singer, songwriter, and actress based in Tucson. She has been a cast member of the Gaslight Theater for the past 13 years. Janae has performed throughout the Southwest and has produced many of her own shows, including 6 separate 80s tribute concerts, as well as a tribute to Marilyn Monroe. We welcome Janae.
I can read your mind, and I know your story. I see what you're going through, yeah. It's an uphill climb, and I'm feeling sorry, but I know it will come to you, yeah. Don't surrender, 'cause you can win in this thing called love. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on the faith. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. When you question me for a simple answer, I don't know what to say, no, but it's plain to see, if you stick together, you're gonna find a way, yeah. Don't surrender, 'cause you can win in this thing called love. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on the faith. Love comes to those who believe it,
Thank you. That was beautiful. It is also an honor for me to introduce our guest speaker, Unity Minister, Dr. Reverend John Strickland. Some of you may remember Dr. Reverend Strickland from his speaking with us a couple of times last year. He has served as an associate minister with Eric Butterworth, has had ministries in Hawaii and Atlanta, was vice president of the Board of Trustees of Unity School of Christianity, chairman of the board of the Associate of Unity Churches, a director of Silent Unity, among many other roles that he has experienced in this lifetime. Dr. Reverend Strickland received Unity's highest honor, the Light of God Expressing Award. He is a beloved author and speaker in the Unity movement. Our bookstore has his book, Think, Feel, Heal, 8 Keys to Health and Wholeness. I have read it and highly recommend it. Dr. Strickland was awarded the Doctor of Religious Studies degree by the Emerson Institute in 2018. We welcome Dr. Reverend John Strickland. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here. A gracious good morning to you. After hearing all that, I'm saying, are you talking about me? Yeah, and I tell you what, most of my friends call me John Boy. And if they want to get real formal, Reverend Dr. John Boy, but it's John Boy. So good to be here. We haven't been here in a while, except we have on computer. And I've kind of gotten, to where I like sitting in my sweatpants and sweatshirt and a cup of coffee in front of the computer. But I want to just tell you this, and I'm encouraging you, click the button where it says donate. Can I say that? Okay, well, great to be with you. Now, this is Super Bowl Sunday, and I'd like to tell a football story. I wish I had done this, but I didn't. There's a colleague of mine, the Reverend Gregory Barrett. He was living in the Miami area and was invited to give an invocation before Miami Dolphins game, and he received a standing ovation for that invocation. Probably the only time in the history of the National Football League that the invocation got an ovation. This is what he said, and he kind of, the prayer we know is the prayer for protection from Unity. He kind of modified it. Father, Mother God, please give a blessing of safety to each of these fine young men on both teams on the field tonight. May the light of God surround them and the love of God enfold them. May the power of God protect each and every one of them on both teams, and may the power of God watch over them and keep them safe. And then he paused for a moment, and then he said, oh, and God, our guys are in the teal and orange uniforms. And of course, the Miami Dolphins gave him a standing ovation. So that didn't really have anything to do with the talk. I'm going to talk on the power of thought today. And then I'll give you my predictions for the game afterwards. So stick around for that. I grew up in Unity in the Deep South in 1958. My mother dragged my brothers and me to a little Unity church in Atlanta, Georgia, and of all things had a woman minister. I loved that church. And people would ask me, where do you go to church? And I said, well, Unity. They'd say, Unity, what's that? And I said, positive thinking. They said, well, how can that be a church? And I said, I don't know. It's just where my mother takes me. Positive thinking is part of it. And I want to share with you the scriptural verse that is very likely the spiritual foundation of New Thought movements, including Unity and religious science and divine science. And, New Thought greatly influenced Norman Vincent Peale. And he made a great success out of, what did he call it? The power of positive thinking. And then A colleague of his in that same denomination, not Unity, but was Robert Schuller out in California. He called it what? Possibility thinking. And today you have Joel Osteen in Houston, Texas. It has a mega church, and some of us were sure that he would listen to Unity sermons before he'd write his. So I don't know that that's true, but I like to believe it is. But the verse that we like to cite from the Old Testament is Proverbs 23:7. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. It is of utmost importance that when we go to Proverbs 23:7, that we use the King James Version. Do you know why? Listen to what the New Revised Standard Version says. The same verse. It says, "For like a hair in the throat, so are they." I don't get that at all. I have never preached a sermon on that version. Now, generally today, one might regard the New Revised Standard Version as the best version, but not for this one. This one, as he thinketh in his heart, so are they. Let me share a little bit about Bible translation. I don't belabor it too much, but I had the opportunity to take a one-week course from the acclaimed Bible professor from Princeton, Dr. James Hamilton Charlesworth. That's a great name, and I wish I had a name like that. He was the head of the Dead Sea Scrolls Project. So teams and teams and teams of scholars were under him as they were preparing their material. That was what our class was about. But just as an offhand comment, Dr. Charlesworth said, there are no good translations of the Bible. You see, each translation comes perhaps from a different language. You have fragments here that they piece together, and you have scribal footnotes, and you have some political influence and so forth. He said, what you ought to do is take 10 or 12 translations, read them side by side, go into prayer, and you decide which understanding, which translation, which verse works for you. So I was sitting in the front row, I put my hand up and said, wait a minute, doesn't that go sort of contrary to what the church has always taught you, that we will explain this and tell you what? He said, yes, but really how else can you understand the Bible? I don't know anybody that sits down and does 10 or 12 translations side by side. Most I've ever done is 3 or 4. So, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. That verse sings to my soul, sings to my soul. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. We have taught in the New Thought movement for more than 130 years that thoughts are things. Thoughts are creative. If we want a better life than we have now, we have to do what? Change our thinking. Change our thinking. But I want to go into this little tiny verse in greater detail. Note that it does not say, as he thinketh in his head, so is he. What does it say? As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. We have come to know scientifically that the heart has intelligence. We used to think that the brain was the mainframe computer and the heart was a satellite. We've come to realize the heart has greater intelligence, more electric energy than the brain, and there are nerve pathways from the head to the heart and heart to the head to go back and forth. And so information is being exchanged back and forth constantly. And we've also come to this understanding through scientific research that when the brain gives a command to the heart may say no. It'll send another message back to the brain. Isn't this interesting? As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. I have studied with the Heart Math Institute. That's MATH, Heart and Mathematics, in Central California, and actually became a teacher of that for a while. Now that I'm retired, I don't pursue that as much. But if you are interested in this heart intelligence, go to heartmath.org. You might take a class online. You might go out there. If you learn to listen to your heart, you might just find you have a better life. It is not the syrupy kind of heart with the Cupid and arrows and that sort of thing, but there's a heart intelligence. And I have found that by listening to that heart, I make better decisions. And you can too. I was in seminary 45 years ago. I know you look at me and you say, can that be? Was he 5 years old when he started? 45 years ago, that was before heart math was even born, but we were talking about the head and the heart even then. And one of the great metaphysical teachers at Unity's headquarters was Martha Judici. And she gave a simple formula for demonstrating a fuller, healthier, more prosperous life. It was simply T plus F equals D. T plus F equals D. Thinking plus feeling equals demonstration. Thoughts are creative. Feelings are creative. But if you want to demonstrate anything worthwhile, you need thinking and feeling together. Then you have a demonstration. Now, I have found in my life, as a human being, somewhat human, and counseling, a lot of people have the head and the heart not together. Have you found that? Yeah. And one of the things that a lot of us do at the beginning of the year is resolutions or goals or whatever we want, our intentions. And a lot of us would like to be smaller next year than we were this year. And with the pandemic and so forth, I think doctors call that the 15-pound COVID sort of thing. So, and sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? You know, and Sandy and I have got we're working this. And then friends came to town, and we went to a really nice restaurant oh man. And do you want to have the air sandwich or just salad with no fat dressing? You get and they said, okay, we'll get back on the program, which is what we did. But I saw a cartoon in the paper a couple of weeks ago. Fella's at the doctor, and the doctor says, you need to lose 30 pounds. He said, I want a second opinion. He went across the street to the ice cream shop and asked a woman at the counter, what should I do? She says, have a double banana split. Oh, the head and the heart. If you want to accomplish it, if you want to succeed, the head and the heart have to be together. Now, I want to give you an entirely different but helpful understanding of as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. I want to give you a metaphysical interpretation. You see, many teachers of metaphysics will say the word heart in the Old Testament is not referring to the seat of feeling. They would place that a little lower, the gut. You ever said, I had a gut feeling? I have found that when I follow that gut feeling, I usually get along much better than if I let my head overrule it. But the heart stands in their understanding for the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is so very, very powerful. We sometimes say, from the computer parlance, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever we put into the subconscious mind plays out in our physical outer life. And how does it get there? Well, from the time we're born, and maybe when we're in the womb, we hear parents arguing over finances or discussing something like we're a child, and they say, boy, life is tough. You can only go so far and so well, and you can only live so long, and you have all these sorts of things, and the world is this and the world is that. All of that is going in the subconscious, unbeknownst to us. We don't have any blocks. We don't have any gateways there. And then we began to express that. There was a story that Eric Butterworth, Karen mentioned that I was his understudy for a while, Eric Butterworth. And there was a man, and his family, all the men died before 63 years of age. And he was in perfect health. And as he got close to 62, he began making preparation. Almost 63, he took very ill and he did in fact die. Some of the men standing around his casket at the funeral said, the sad thing is he never knew that he was adopted. He had believed it was a family trait that he could only live so long and so well, and he prepared for it and he died. But we get that from the world. We get that from the world. And listen, in a political climate that we've had in the last few years, and then it's election year, we have people on both sides saying, well, that person's stupid and that person is mean, and how did that, and we're hearing that, and maybe some of us are even saying it. But I'll tell you something else about the subconscious. Whatever you say about others, subconscious, oh, that's about you. So if that person is stupid and mean and all this, and guess what you're getting? I think we have a whole country filled with people that have pushed too much stuff inside from the news, from newspapers, from radio, and now we sing some songs. I am so glad that we have such beautiful music here every Sunday. And our guest singer today, it's positive. Now, I grew up in the Deep South and Sandy in West Texas, and a lot of the songs we were singing were country and western. And what are those songs about? You have this blow up and you lose the truck and the dog and the girl, and you're singing that song. Oh man! And it goes right into the subconscious. I, for one, have been known to say to a television, "Cancel, cancel," and I've even done that in theaters, and people look around at me. I don't want to see violence and killing and double crossing and meanness. What do you want in your life? What do you want in your life? You've got to unprogram what you've been putting in there, and then you've got to reprogram it. How do you do that? You do it with prayer and meditation. You do it with reading something inspirational every day, and in being part of a church like this one, Unity Church of Tucson, where it is positive. And there is value in getting together physically, and when we can do that, that will be a blessing to us in the world. So, you got to do some reprogramming. But I told you I would predict the outcome of today's Super Bowl. Don't go run into a bookie or something and try to put money on this. But here's how it is. The team that wins will be the one that has their thoughts and feelings together the most. It will be the team that has rooted out the negativity in the subconscious and replaced it with positivity, winning thoughts, healthy, happy thoughts, and images. The one that do that the most, because you see, a team that gets to the Super Bowl is a fantastic team. They are great. They are both great teams. What is going to be the difference? Those that individually and as a team, they are how they thinketh in the heart, the head, the heart, and also the subconscious mind. But more important to you, my friends, is about winning the game of life. We are all in the game of life. You want to win? Sure you do. Sure you do. So here's what you have to do. Thinking plus feeling equals demonstration. You get the thoughts and the feelings together. You will be a powerful demonstrator of whatever it is you're seeking. And you add in that subconscious for so many years. Even if we grew up in a New Thought church, you've been bombarded from the outside about what's wrong, and you focus on that, and you get more of what's wrong. So what we're going to do to win the game of life is we're going to spend some time every day in the morning getting a start out on the day the right way. At the end of the day, process down what has happened in the day. I don't think any of us can avoid running across negative people and negative news and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to unprogram what was put into our subconscious. And then we put in there what we want: healthy, happy, beautiful, successful, winning. Many, many years ago, when I was a young lad, and I was a good football player, and we won the championship, and the coach pulled me aside and he said, "Son, I wanted to win this game more than anything else because it meant the championship. But most of all, I wanted to win it for you because you are a champion." Friends, I believed that, and I became a champion. And I say to you, and you, and you, and you, and you, you're a champion. You are a champion. Believe that with your thought and your feeling and your subconscious, and nothing will be impossible to you. Go out and win the Super Bowl of your life. God bless you.
Thank you. As I said, you wouldn't be disappointed. So we have had a wonderful morning as our band makes their way back up. Let us bless Unity of Tucson by the giving of our tithes. Why do we give? It feels good to give. It multiplies and returns to us. And it keeps this spiritual center open and able to provide the many beautiful services that we offer here. I, for one, am very grateful for what Unity of Tucson has done for me and for this community. What I ask is for you to take a moment and think about how Unity of Tucson has helped you. No giving and receiving are the same. Money is God in action. And if you feel Unity of Tucson resonating within you, put that gratitude into giving practice. You can do this by going to our website. You may already be there, watching it from our website. You can click on and give through that. You can call the office Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, and call it in. You can text Unity Tucson on your smartphone at 73256, and we take checks and money orders directly to our church. So all of us here at Unity of Tucson are so very, very grateful for your support. Let us read together the divine giving statement. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source. Linda and our band and Janae will lead us in our song of celebration.
Prosperity, I claim it.
Thank you. That should get us going, shouldn't it? Get our juices flowing and moving around here. So, a few announcements this morning. There is a virtual gathering today at 11:30 with Reverend Jonathan Zenz online. So go to our website and click on the link, and that'll be at 11:30 this morning. Our annual meeting is February 21st, and it will be after the service. It's going to be virtual, and all the ways that you can connect into the meeting were put out in the Expanding Horizons, and they will be on our website. Even if you're not tech savvy, Reverend Jonathan Zenz has made this super easy for us, so I'm counting on you being there. Share with your friends that Unity of Tucson is here, okay? Let them know that we are streaming on the website as well as on YouTube and Facebook. Gather them and get them involved as well. I want to personally thank our tech crew, Wally, Don, and Aiden. Thank you. Couldn't be here without you. Our band, Linda, Raphael, Adam, thank you, thank you. Our musical guest, Janae Page, thank you. Our guest speaker, Reverend Jonathan Strickland, thank you. We have a couple of board members present here today, Laura Cass and William Summers, thank you. We have Lydia Eisenberger here, and we have Sandy Strickland. Reverend Jonathan Strickland's wife is also here. Thank you. We appreciate you being here. Well, thank you. And we want to thank anyone else whom I may have forgotten that has helped out this morning. But I want to also thank each and every one of you who are watching this morning. Again, it would not be possible without you. You are appreciated and you are magnificent. As we complete our time here this morning, let us share in the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Karen. In the morning when I rise, and before I close my eyes, anytime I'm in despair, I just speak this little prayer. God light surrounds me, God love enfolds me, God power protects me. The presence of God lives within me. Wherever I am, God is. When the cold winds start to blow and they beat upon your door, every night will have its dawn. Hold this thought as you go on. God light surrounds you, God love enfolds you, God power protects you. The presence of God lives within you. Wherever you are, God is. We all hear the Spirit call. It's a small world after all, bound together through and through. This one common simple truth. God light surrounds us, God love enfolds us, God power protects us. The presence of God lives within us. Wherever we are, God is. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Make it a great week, everyone.